One is around 30 and second is around 20. Were in neutral mode. Action of my story is teaching swimming. Ram, who was a Navy personnel, he came to know that two boys also got selected from his village. He on his vacation he meet them and greet them and found that one of the boy don't know swimming. That he immediately took him to the nearby water canal, and first he took him to the shallow water and remove his fear and taught him some skills to swim. And with the help of air tube and also rope, he made him practice well. And later he took him to the deep water and made him believe that he can also swim. And initially that boy was having fear. Then he removed his fear by telling him that fear is always in mind. And thank you.
Friends, in the picture I perceive two characters aged between 18 and 24. The main character of my story is a 24-year-old MNC employee who is going to his office. One day he saw that a child who was playing with his friend in the banks of the irrigation canal which was overflowed has fell into the irrigation canal and was drowning. Ramesh immediately rushed toward the spot and took a rope from the advertisement board, and out of that rope he made a loop and thrown towards the boy to save him. He rescued him, laid him and pressed his chest to remove water and made him relax. Later he ensured that he did not get hurt and dropped him to his house. And later on he also wrote a letter to the authorities to put a barricade over the irrigation canal bank to prevent the future accidents. Thank you.
Jai Hind everyone. In my story, I have perceived two male characters of age 21 and 10 years of age. The mood is neutral and the action of my story is saving the child from drowning. Vishal was a 21-year-old. He was pursuing graduation from the Kumaon University. So he was a day scholar. So sorry, he was a boarder. So he was going from his college to the to his hostel. So he saw that he heard the scream of a child. So he immediately went there, took out his belt and handed over that belt to the drowning person, and immediately he gave him the belt and he grabbed it. And apart from that, after he placated him and consoled him, he called out his parent, and once his parent came, he handed over the child to the parents and advised them to take care of the child from then on. Then he later went to the hostel and narrated the event to the parents.
Jai Hind everyone. From the picture, I pursue two characters. Raju is the center of my story, aging around 22. Mood positive. Action of the story is saving a child from the drowning. Raju, who is working in Union Bank, one fine day after finishing his work from the bank, he is returned to his village. In the meanwhile, while he was crossing the Gadanavagu lake, he have been found that one of the child is drowning. So he immediately took the rope from the bike and later he rushed immediately to the spot, threw the rope and asked him to hold tightly and asked him to tie to the hand even. Thereby he saved him and pulled out, and thereby he gave first aid by pressing on the chest. And also he took to the hospital. Thereby he also informed to his parents, and he approached the Mandal Development Officer to maintain the barricades over the main areas to not to repeat this type of situation, and felt happy. Thank you.
As the picture shown to us, I have perceived two characters, a boy of 16 years and a male of 31 years who is PTI in Vanasthali Academy. Mood is positive and the action of my story is to saving a boy from drowning. Rajiv is the PTI in Vanasthali Academy, and while going for school, he saw a boy is drowning in a river. And he immediately go there and help him by throwing the rope which he collect from side by, and set him to catch the rope and come slowly from muddy land at the edge. He come at the edge and give him CPR. With his bike he give to the medical shop and leave on his home, and reach to the school and exchange his sports dress, give lecture.
Gentlemen, ladies, from the picture I have perceived two characters aged between 18 to 23 years. The action of my story is saving a life and the mood is negative. Ramaswamy is a defense aspirant living in Tiruchi. Every day he wakes up early, go to the banks of Kaveri river, do some stretchings, take fresh air, and with regular exercise later he go to his home and start studying with a good mind. One day he was going to Kaveri bank. He saw a boy who was drowning. He find no one near, so he immediately looked for some anything that he could be used for saving the life. So he found a rope, he tied it, he knotted it on his waist and jumped on the water. He caught the boy, pulled himself out from the water. He calmed him and later advised him to be very cautious while drawing water from the bank. And he later exercised and went back to home. Thank you.
Jai Hind everyone. I have perceived two characters, one male age of around 22 and another age of around 10-year-old boy. So Rahul, age of around 22, had gone to Triveni Ghat to see Ganga Aarti with his family. While walking along the bank of the Ganga river, he saw a boy of 10-year-old stumbled while walking along the Ganga river bank and fell into the water. He suddenly ran along the river bank and threw a rope. While he was throwing the rope, he asked him to gasp heavy air so that he could remain afloat, and asked him to also calm down so that he could not be panicked with water. He encircled the rope along his waist, around his waist, and pulled the boy with his full might, and thus he saved the life. Thank you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. In my story, I perceived two characters, both are male, the age 20 and 14. So Ram is recovering from his leg injury and is walking on the bank of a river. One day he heard some shoutings from the behind. Then when he saw that a boy is drowning in the river, then he was not able to jump because he was recovering from the leg injury. So he found a rope, he saved the boy, and then later on approached the boy, then found out what was the situation, how he entered the river. Then he found out that he went behind the ball, and he later take the boy and took it to the parents and tell them to not take care of their child, and later on he went to the home safely. Thanks a lot.
Good morning, all of you. So I perceive two characters. Both are male. One 17-year-old to another 27-year-old. Action of my story is saving the boy from drowning. So 27-year-old Sanjay, who is a shepherd, who's come from the shop for taking the ropes for his animals, and he listened the sound of helping. So he followed the sound. There is a boy who is drowning in a canal. So he went there. He pulled his rope to the boy and pull him down to the bank. There, after pulling back to the bank, he helps him, he console him, he pacify him, and also look at their body is there any injury or not, and later he put the red flag there and inform the higher authorities. Thank you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I have perceived two characters in my story, age of around 10 to 25, and mood of the picture is positive, and the action on my story is saving the drowning child. Vishal is an officer in Indian Army. He has been on leave in his village. When he was walking in the river, but he found that he heard a shouting. He immediately reached to the spot and find out that a person is drowning. He immediately threw a rope and pulled him as the river is flowing fastly. So he found it critical to throw a rope. And after that, he pulled him to the shore and checked his body. After that, he brought him to the home. And he also consulted with the farmers that we have to make a fence around the rivers. All of them allocate the money. He also give decent amount in the allocation, and in the few fence work got completed and he feel good. Thank you.
That is divided into first half and second half. I want second half to start first. From 6 to 10, start.
Remember, I am saying that as you can see, we have finalized the fee. Our main character would be the MC as customer code. He must be a servant. Because if there is an MC cadet, how he get the rope? There is the rope can be found. But what we get the rope can be found anywhere. It can't be found anywhere. If there is a tenant area, as you can see, if you look at after saving him, he also had authorities across his parents and everything went
Fine. Okay. Second group participant. Fine. Now I want both of the groups to merge and to participate to form a final story. I'll be giving you not more than 1 minute. So, okay. What is the story? Cheshire Bhai, give the story, final story.
Okay. So thanks to all of you for appointing me to narrate the story. And as the picture goes with the saving a child.
You have to look me. You have to address me.
As the picture seems to be as the picture goes with the saving a child. The leading character of my story is Ramesh.
Our story.
The leading character of our story is Ramesh, who is an NCC student in these days and right now PTI Holy Republic School Sandu. While going to school, he here is found by a student and who is drowned in the river, local river, and he immediately go there with the help of rope. He saved the child and immediately give him CPR. After giving CPR, he calmed down and with his bike he took him to the nearby hospital and informed his parents. And after doing that, he go to the school, change his official dress to the sportsman and help the student in the school.
Perfect. All the very best for your results, guys. You can relax down.